Yeah, man, get you a little drink of water. Start the podcast. Yeah. Hell yeah, man. All right, guys, welcome back to Jake, James, and Friends. Brand new YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe, all right? That's the first thing I want to say is please subscribe to the new channel because right now I got like 0 subscribers. I got 1 subscriber, and it's me. Jake, James, and Friends. As you guys know, this podcast exists because I have so many friends that
Hold on, you want to start over?
Cool people. No, man, we don't got to start over. No. We don't start this over. That's not how
I interrupted you.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Listen, man. First thing I told you is there are no rules.
All right, cool.
No,
All right.
No, interrupt me more, man. We're good. Listen, the guy who just interrupted me, I want to introduce.
Yeah.
One of my favorite people in Phoenix comedy. There are people who do things, and then there are people who really do things. And I like you, man, because you're a doer. I've seen you put on shows, produce shows, run podcasts, produce podcasts, have your own. You do music. You do a lot of shit, man. And as a person who does a lot of shit, I like that, bro.
Shit, yeah, I was going to say, so do you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So, guys, today we got Dustin Hadlock on the show. Dustin, thanks for coming, man.
Yeah, thank you, man.
How do you like my new studio?
Dude, it's not just your studio. Like, this is, you live here, right? Yeah. Or should I have not said that?
No, it's okay. Yeah, everyone knows. I mean, you go on my Instagram, it's pretty easy to figure out where I live.
Okay, yeah. Like, it's not just the studio. You give me a tour of this place. It's insane. I was surprised, like how inexpensive it was. Actually, I'm not gonna lie.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
It's downtown Phoenix is cool, man.
Yeah.
Like I lived in Chandler, Gilbert, out in the East Valley in the suburbs.
Yeah.
And it's so expensive out there, but you don't get any of like the cool parts that you get here. You know?
Yeah, definitely not. I went to your old spot, and you stepped it up.
That was my family apartment.
Yeah.
Then I got divorced, and now we downtown.
Yes, absolutely.
Life,
you gotta switch it up for sure.
Yeah, getting a little bit of trouble here and there. You know how it goes.
I could see you getting into trouble.
I'm in a good phase right now, though. I got a girlfriend right now, and that has really kind of like settled me down a little bit, which I to be honest I actually needed.
Yeah.
I moved downtown. And all these goals and ambitions, like I'm going to do the podcast, I'm going to do content every day, I'm going to do this and this. And then I got downtown, and the first night I took the elevator to the first floor, and I walked 2 blocks, and I went to Liars Club. Yeah. And I realized how fun living in downtown Phoenix is. So the first 6 months I lived down here, I was just drinking and going out, and I met more people in the first 6 months living downtown than I met in the first 5 years living in Arizona.
Yeah.
Right? So all these cool people being able to walk to Liars Club, Cornish, Seamus, Gracie's, Roosevelt, First Friday. It's all right here, man. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I still haven't been to Liars Club yet.
You've never been to Liars Club?
Yeah, I have not been there. I gotta check it out.
You're the exact kind of person that'd be hanging out at Liars Club.
No, I'm not just talking about the name. I'm just like it's just a new spot that I haven't. There's a lot of places. That whale place.
The Killer Whale Sex Club.
Yeah, I haven't been there.
I've never been there.
I haven't been to a lot of.
Have you been to Fuck You Pay Me?
Fuck You Pay Me? No.
Yeah. Do you know where the Disco Dragon is?
Disco Dragon.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I haven't been to the Disco Dragon either.
So on Roosevelt, and this is like inside baseball. If you're not from Phoenix, this is going to make more sense. But if you're from Phoenix, you know what we're talking about. So Roosevelt Row, north side of downtown, right?
Yeah.
Right in the middle of it, there's like a ramen restaurant, and it's called Disco Dragon. It's all bright green and everything. It's really cool, good vibes.
Okay.
But you have to there's like a host when you go in, right?
Yeah.
You say, hey, 2, and they'll bring you in and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Now, if you go up to that host and you say, will you please bring me to Fuck You Pay Me? They'll say, yes, follow me. And they bring you down this long, dark, black hallway. And you're like, where the fuck are we going? And they get to a door at the end of the hallway, and they knock on it. And a bouncer opens the door. And they say, 2 for Fuck You Pay Me. And then they bring you in, and you go in, and it's like a magic land. Dude, it's all bright, pink, neon.
Nice.
Like the drinks got like honeycombs on them. It's like the best drinks. It's like a speakeasy, but it's not underground. But it's like a Barbie speakeasy is the best way to put it.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool. It sounds a lot more dangerous, but I guess it's not.
That's very girly. It's actually very girly. Like it's a place you would bring you wouldn't go with your homies. You'd go with the
sounds like you get there and just some guy in a wife beater and you're just like, oh, fuck you, pay me, get the fuck in.
Yeah, it sounds like that. Yeah. But it's actually like if you were on a first date and you brought a chick there, you'd blow her mind.
Yeah. Absolutely. I like the secret room at Valley Bar too.
I just found out about that 1 week ago. I've been to Valley Bar 100 times.
Yeah.
And I went there for the first time a week ago.
Yeah. Like it reminds me of something like that. Like it's like
it is kind of like that.
I feel like I'm in the movie like the Page Master or something with
Page Master.
where you're just like open up a book and all of a sudden you're in a different like room where.
Yeah. I was in downtown Austin, Texas one time.
Yeah.
And there's a speakeasy there where when you go in,
Yeah.
It looks like a 1960s hotel, right?
Yeah.
And there's like the cage and like the hotel front desk, and you say, yo, like I'm trying to like go to the speakeasy, and they're like, you need to find book 1123, and then there's this bookshelf, and you find book 1123, and you pull it, and the door pops open, and you go in, and there's an entire speakeasy inside.
Dude,
it was literally one of the coolest speakeasies I've ever been to.
Yeah, like I love like places like that, hidden gems that you find out about. Like,
have you been to Rough Riders on Roosevelt?
No.
There's a speakeasy called Rough Riders. It's like a Teddy Roosevelt themed speakeasy.
Okay.
I've never been there either.
A speakeasy, when a speakeasy is like a place that people can just perform. Isn't it like an open mic? Is that the same thing?
No, it's more like a secret bar.
I never understand
kind of like a hidden bar.
A hidden bar is what the speakeasy would be.
Because like the idea is like back during Prohibition,
Yeah.
they had to hide the bars like in the back room of barber shops and things like that. That's why like the idea of you pull the book and a door opens.
Yeah.
They're like hidden.
Okay.
It was where people would drink during Prohibition when it was illegal. It'd be like a hidden bar. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that is not. I have my head fully wrapped around what a speakeasy is now, because I never. Whenever someone would say like, "Oh, I'm going to go to this speakeasy down the road," I'd be like, "Oh, you're going to go hit up an open mic?"
No, totally different.
Like, wow, people are really getting into open mics these days.
Yeah. Now, you know the alley. We're really getting into Phoenix right now, but it's okay.
Oh, dude, that's my shit.
Yeah. I love it, man. But the alley where Valley Bar comes out right by Liars Club. Mm-hmm. If you walk directly across the street to the next alley, in that alley, there's a speakeasy right there called Matilda's Alley, and it's only open sometime, and that one's pretty cool too. It's really small.
And, okay, so there's just these things that pop up, like, and are they listed on like Google Maps and stuff, or what?
Yeah. You could find them. I mean, you know, they it's kind of like a little game they play. You know, they're not really secret. But it kind of feels like it.
Is this? Would you say like speakeasies sometimes would like be the same thing as like an after hours?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. They probably have normal bars.
There's a lot of after-hours spots in Phoenix, too.
There are. You know, there's one right up by the Grand that's open till like 4:30 in the morning.
Really?
They stop serving at 2, but they're open till like 4.
Bobby, Bobby, oh God. Oh,
Bobby Lee?
No, Bobby suck. Oh, no, I didn't mean to say so. Bobby, I forgot his last name. Bobby Casanides, I think is his last name.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to dox him or anything, but he has he throws epic. And Georgie used to, but back but yeah, Bobby Casanides, he had one where like he had a wall covered in VHS tapes. Okay, and it's really a legendary spot. CD kind of spot, you know?
Yeah.
After hours are usually
I used to have
seedy.
some friends in Michigan who built a bar in their basement. Yeah. And the entire wall was, they glued CDs to the wall. So it gave like a disco ball effect.
Yeah, for sure.
Thing.
That's cool too, yeah.
They turned that into a basement music venue.
Really?
Yeah, they built a venue in their basement. It was awesome too. It's called the Altamont. Man, they used to throw ragers in there.
Yeah,
all the local rappers would play there. Bands would play. Like rappers would come into town on tour and like go there to play there. It was dope.
That's cool when you can actually get like an established artist to come in and just go to a secret spot.
Yeah. You do things the right way, you can do whatever you want, man. There's no rules.
Who's the most famous person you've ever met?
Michael,
I'm interviewing you now.
That's okay. Good, man. Probably Michael Jordan. Speaking of that, I got
met
the Jays
Michael
on.
Jordan.
Yeah, I met Michael. I kind of met him. So can I tell you my Michael Jordan story?
Yes, dude. Yeah.
All right. So one time I was dating a chick. This was like maybe 14 years ago, maybe. And I was in downtown Chicago, just getting day drunk. And we were walking up a road downtown. And there was this big group of people. Yeah. And like as we're walking through, I just asked somebody like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And they're like, "Michael Jordan's gonna pull up any second now." Yeah. And I was like, "No way." In Chicago. Yeah. Right. So I stopped. I waited. I stood there for about 3 minutes. Yeah. And a limo pulls up. The guy gets out, opens the door. Michael Jordan walks out of the car, and instantly you're like, "That's Michael Jordan." And he got out. He walked around the car, and he walked right through the sidewalk, and he walked in between me and you, he would have been able to walk. That's how close to him I was. And I was like, "Michael, what's up?" And he kind of just looked at me, and then he kept going. Like he didn't say nothing.
I was gonna say.
And then he went in. He owned the restaurant. It was his restaurant in downtown Chicago. It turned out, and he was just going there. But I was 18 inches from Michael Jordan, and he looked me right in the eyes. Yeah. So that's my Michael Jordan story.
I've heard some stories like where he's been addicted.
I heard he's an asshole. Yeah.
Like Chameleonaire.
Yeah.
Like he had a story where he like went up and was like, I'm a huge fan. Like I've always wanted to
He just
meet you.
Chameleonaire?
And he just like treated him like
Damn,
absolute
you know
dog shit.
Chameleonaire's like a billionaire right now. He uses
That's
rap
sick.
money and he invested in a bunch of tech
He should
companies.
change his name.
Yeah, Cabillionaire.
But
Who's the most famous person you've ever met?
shit, the most famous person I've ever. I lived in LA for a while, so I mean, but I surprisingly, when I lived in LA, didn't meet a lot of famous people.
Okay.
I didn't.
It's
I
funny how
rarely
that
did.
works, right?
Probably the most famous person I've ever witnessed like close to me that I've run into was, it's a tie. It's like a girl and a guy.
Okay.
Sarah Silverman.
Oh, no way.
And then also I didn't talk to her, but I actually hung out with this person.
Yeah.
T-Pain.
T-Pain?
Yeah,
You've hung out with T-Pain?
I hung out with him and his friends.
No way.
But not like...
No offense, but you're literally the last person in the world I would ever expect to have I hung out with T-Pain story.
Yeah.
Okay.
So...
How did that happen?
So I was at the Hollywood Improv when I first moved out to LA, 2014 or something like that.
Yeah.
And Ari Shaffir was doing his
storytelling show.
Yeah. You know what's up, dude?
Man. I know comedy, man.
Jake
you
knows
know
his
me.
shit. No, I knew you knew your shit. But yeah, it was when I first moved out to LA, and it's funny because I used to think that it was Ari Shaffir.
Okay.
I used to always go to all these spots, and I'd be like, "Oh, I can't wait to see Ari Shaffir," and they'd be like, "Oh, how cute," you know, you don't know.
Nobody like corrected you, and you're like, "What the heck, guys?"
Yeah, that's actually.
Why'd you let me say that so many times?
Yeah. And I went to see Ari Shaffir's show at the Hollywood Improv. T-Pain was on it. He was doing a storytelling spot on that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
And I actually didn't know he was on the show, right? So I used to drink a lot, and I used to have a problem with it. I used to get really fucked up wherever I went, you know. And in LA, that was what I was doing a lot when I first went out there. I was just
You're in LA, right?
Really, going hard with the alcohol and just smoking, you know.
Oh, you're good, bro. You're good. We got good microphones laying here.
You're walking into my T-Pain story, so you're it's good stuff.
You're good, bro. Thank you.
So I was really fucked up, and I was like smoking weed on the side of at the Fred Siegel parking lot that's next to the Hollywood Improv. Okay. And no one's really ever. It was closed, so but I was over there, and I was walking kind of back and forth, and all of a sudden I noticed T-Pain and his crew, a crew of friends just waiting there in a like half circle, just like hanging out, shooting the shit, laughing and stuff. And I'm like, I was really drunk at that time, so.
Hey, T-Pain.
I walked up and I was like, "What's up, guys?" And I was all sloppy. I used to just be so sloppy, and like, I was saying fucking a lot, like like fucking. Oh yeah, fucking. Fucking. And T-Pain went, "Oh man, that's a lot of fuckings." And just he was so cool though. They were all just laughing but not laughing at me like, "Look at this idiot." They were just like. Everything I was saying, they thought was just like funny. Like they just, I like this guy. Oh, man, you're cool. Like, and I was just like,
I like you, man.
I was just like, this is so awesome. And then he crushed it.
Yeah. Damn.
But that was like.
I wonder if that's on YouTube. I didn't even know he did stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like that would be cool to watch that set. But he went up there, and it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Really? Yeah, he's hilarious.
T-Pain of all people.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard him the videos of him singing without autotune?
No, like like when he was like in like Nappy Roots and stuff.
No, like currently, like he does these videos now where he sings his old songs without auto tune. Yeah, bro, he really can sing, man. He's got a beautiful voice.
Yeah, man. Yeah. He's he used to be in a hip hop group where he would just rap, kind of rap sing.
Yeah, I remember Nappy Roots.
Yeah. And then I want to see that video though that you're talking about where he's like specifically recording right before he adds the auto-tune. He did
an NPR Tiny Desk concert. You ever see those?
Yeah.
He did one of those and he did no auto-tune. It's freaking amazing.
Seen that, yeah. That's
it's cool, man.
Those are awesome.
Those are amazing.
Have you seen the Cranberries one?
No, I've not.
When it was like in like early I don't know, what is it? Late 90s, one of the early ones. Yeah. But dude, what's your favorite NP?
I was just gonna tell you what it is. My favorite one is Juvenile, the rapper. Have you seen that one?
I saw that one
and
too.
you know what I love about that one?
See you do the road.
I'm gonna talk a little shit about NPR real quick.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, okay?
Yeah.
And I don't really mean this, but like,
Yeah.
NPR is a very liberal organization, right?
Yeah.
You could say certain things and they'll fucking cancel you, right?
Yeah.
But they had no problem with Juvenile coming, talking about slapping hoes and slapping booties and killing people, right? They had no problem with that.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
It's a little bit, come on, guys. But the concert itself was amazing. I mean, seeing Juvenile do those old songs, slow motion,
Yeah.
everything else, it was awesome. That's my favorite one because he seems so out of place.
Yeah.
Like, Juvenile at NPR is crazy, right?
Yeah, that is amazing. But I was gonna say, you used to be in a rap group, right?
Yeah, dude, I rapped for like probably almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, long time ago, like 05.
Did you do like battle rap, like ciphers?
No, because like
Or-
I'm not good at freestyling.
Okay,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? But like I can write. So like I used to make all my own beats, and I would do it the old school way where you would get vinyl records, and
Yeah.
sample vinyl, add drums, like you know what I mean. So I'd make all my own beats, and then I would write to them. I'd record. I was very similar to your setup, how you do
Yeah.
things. Like you have a very DIY way that you do them,
Yeah.
and I was kind of like the hip hop version of like what you do and the way you do it. You know what I'm
So
saying?
yeah. So
Yeah.
I like to freestyle a lot, right?
I didn't know you freestyled, really?
Yeah, on my pods and stuff.
Yeah. No, I've never seen those. Really?
Yeah. Do you wanna?
I don't have any beats, but you
wanna
want
do,
to
like,
play
off
some
my
on your phone? You want to
Okay.
play some?
Okay, yeah. Maybe you want to do it off. Okay.
Yeah, rap me some, man. Go
Okay,
ahead.
okay.
Go ahead. Dude, I was while you pull that up, I was in an Uber last night. I took an Uber from Gracie's to Liars Club, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I had the coolest Uber driver of all time.
Yeah.
His name was Poet. His first name was Poet. Poet Hook.
Okay.
Poet Hooks, I think
Okay.
it was.
Shouts out to-
Shout out to Poet. Dude, he was rapping. Like, first of all, like we were just talking, and my girl called me out that I used to rap, and then he's like, "Bro, rap me some right now." And like, I was drunk enough where I did it. I spit him a little 16.
Yeah.
And then he rapped for like 10 minutes straight, like the whole way back from Gracie's. And then we got to Liars Club, and he did a whole nother block. He's like, "Mind if I do an extra block?" I was like, "Do it, dude. I'll pay the extra $1.50 for the ride." So he did a whole nother way around. He went Monroe, First Street, Adams, back up Central, dropped us off at Liars, and he rapped the whole way. It was
That's
dude.
awesome.
It's on my Instagram right now. It's so
He
good.
actually got you guys to actually want to hear more. That's
Yeah,
good.
he was. And then we follow each other on Instagram. He's actually going to do the podcast next week, I think. I'm going to have him come on because he was good. He was legitimately good. Most of the time when people rap for you, you're just like, all right, bro, come on.
Yeah.
Especially Uber drivers.
Let's see if I can do it.
Yeah, say it. Go ahead, man. Just put that bottom of it, like close. There you go.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yo, this place is crazy, Jake. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm on this pod. Yo, you're making me feel like a rock star. I feel like I can go far with this crazy fucking shit we're talking about. I wake up and we're down south in downtown Phoenix. Yo, I open up my mouth and I spit this shit. Yo, it's like the crazy fucking flow. I know what I fucking need to do. I'm on the go. Yeah, let's go.
Love it, dude. Love it. It's so fun. Dude, we used to get so drunk and just rap at parties all the time. Like, that's
Yeah.
how it started for me, bro.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? It's just doing exactly what you did. We used to do this thing. So I had a buddy who used to make beats too, right? We do them all on laptops.
Yeah.
And what we would do is we'd go to these parties and they'd be fucking ragers, right? And
Yeah.
we'd bring our laptops and headphones, right? And we'd get all the party, like, knowing we were going to do this. We used to call it the 5-minute beat off. And we would take 5 minutes on our laptops, and we'd have 5 minutes to make a beat, right? And then we would
Oh,
play.
that's actually really sick.
And then we would. I should coin that actually. And then we would play the beats, and the people at the party would like cheer to vote which one they liked the best.
Yeah.
And then after, everybody at the party who could rap would freestyle over the beats.
Dude,
and it was some of the
that's
most legendary
really
nights of my
productive,
life.
actually.
It was cool, man. And the 5-minute beat off, what a name, right?
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
that's hilarious. I was gonna say that's hilarious, but that reminds me of this guy. What's his name? He's a DJ from out here, Chris something. Oh my God, it's gonna be bad that I fucking. Oh, Franco, Poppy Franco, Chris Franco.
Oh, I don't know him.
Yeah, like he did. I saw him doing this thing where he would like him and his friends would get into a room and like kind of do beat making sessions, and they'd kind of like all like be productive as fuck in that way.
Yeah.
And that's really cool. Like what you're talking about, like people getting together to make stuff together.
Yeah.
They're all sitting there.
We literally just do it in the middle of
That's awesome.
rager parties.
That's
know what I
cool.
mean? Yeah.
That's what.
And then, you know, after that, you're like the man for the rest of the night. You know, it's fun as hell, you know?
Yeah.
And then that turned into like, we would be known for doing that. And then eventually we were like, yo, well, like, let's just hang out and turn these into songs. You know? And then we would record songs. And then inevitably you get enough songs and you start doing shows. And then you realize how fun that is. And then you get addicted to doing shows. And then, you know, all of a sudden you go from making funny freestyles with your friends to being like, you're literally a rapper now, you know what I mean? Like, you know, having flyers around town
and a producer and like you're wanting to do things like that and stuff, you know?
And I always say, like, man, like what I do now with all this shit, I owe it directly. There's a direct chain of events from the first freestyle I ever wrote to being able to do this. Like the reason I know how to do the audio and the video and the marketing and the, you know, I design all my own thumbnails and banner images and everything. Everything that I've ever done for like the last 15 years, like tiny little pieces of everything I'm able to put into this. That's why I can do this. It's nobody can see this. We're in a big room right now and it's just me and you. Yeah. We're producing this entire show with literally nobody. You know what I'm saying?
It's very it's good that there's nobody in here because it would be annoying kind of if it was crowded, right? You wouldn't be able to do it. It wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't. So you're lucky. In that sense.
I would love to do them live with crowds though. Yeah. Long term, that's really probably my goal for this whole thing.
If you want it to be on purpose, right? The crowd's there.
Because like at some point, even where we're at now, I could put out something on my Instagram and saying, hey, we're doing the podcast today at 2:00. Anyone wants to come and watch it live?
That's a good idea.
Just come, you know. And then like even like the Valley Bar show, eventually I could do 30 minutes at the beginning. That's a live podcast, and we could film it on the stage at Valley Bar. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's a good idea.
So long term, I do like the idea of like I love Kill Tony. Yeah. Right? Obviously, you know Kill Tony.
Yeah.
I think that's such a smart move, and I think that there's different ways people can do that. You know, that really inspires what I want to do with the Valley Bar show, where it's like I want to bring my comic friends in, I want to bring my rap friends in, kind of put it all together, but have this live show, and we'll live stream it every month, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like I know how to do all this shit just because like for the last 15 years. I've just been passionate about things, and when I love something or something's fun, I do more of it. You know what I mean? And I feel like you're similar to that, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've.
Did you start doing comedy first or music?
I've always been. I mean, when I was a little kid, I was just like into like being a performer. Okay. I wanted to be a magician, like when I was really young, and then I started getting into like music and stuff, like and wanting to be like an entertainer in that way, like whether it's like you know like with in the pop culture sense, like I liked Jim Carrey a lot as well when I was young too, so like, but I definitely got into music first. Because I was in a band that toured and stuff like that before I did comedy.
What kind of band?
A death metal band.
Oh shit, for real?
Yeah. So
we had very different musical backgrounds.
Yeah, I was like in a hardcore like death metal band called Knights of the Abyss.
It's funny, like you do a little freestyling now. You know, I have a friend that was in my first rap group. Remember, I just talked about the new company. I'm calling it Thought Sound Records.
Yeah.
My first rap group was called Thought Sound in like 2005. One of my best friends, Al Fashbaugh. Me and him were in the group together, and he has a quote. He used to be in punk rock bands. Okay. And then when he got older, he got into hip hop. Yeah. And he always used to say, "Punk rock kids become hip hop adults."
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like when you're older, you
somehow you get into that, you know. And the people that like punk rock or even metal, like there's a very like specific type of like hip hop. They're not like getting into Drake. They're getting into like Rhyme Sayers and Atmosphere and POS, Doomtree, like kind of that gritty hip hop.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are combining rap and hip hop with hardcore and punk. Yeah. And metal and stuff like that. There's this one guy, Nate No Face. He's doing
name.
Yeah, he's doing some really cool shit.
I assume he has a face.
Yeah.
In real life?
No, yeah. He's got an interesting...
Is he from out here?
He's from... I don't know where he's from. I actually don't know. I don't... I think he could be from L.A. or I think he's from California, maybe. Maybe? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he's from the Bay or something. Okay. I gotta find that out. Actually, I'm a noob. Sorry, I should be knowing that.
Oh, you're good, bro.
But then there's also like guys in his realm that he's like he does stuff with. Neon. What was his name? Neon. Fucking. I'm gonna find it right now.
Do it, man. Pull it up.
Or no, what's his name? I don't know. I forgot. But I'm into a lot of like stuff that's like, combining the heavier influences.
Okay.
Too.
Yeah.
But I also like calmer stuff too, like Sufjan Stevens and stuff, and people who are doing the guy who's doing the weirdest stuff with like rap and hip hop right now is Lil B, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah.
And the most innovative, coolest stuff.
Yeah.
For sure.
I like rappers people don't know about. Like that's my thing.
Okay.
Is like obviously like I like some Drake and you know what I mean. I like regular rap music, right?
Yeah.
But the music I love is like I like people that during the pandemic there was this influx of people my age. I'm 38, right?
Uh-huh.
And there was this you could tell there's these dads, right?
Uh-huh.
People that probably did music in the past.
Yeah.
Got married, had kids, started families, got jobs, and stopped doing music. And then during the pandemic, they all found themselves at home with not shit to do. And I feel like there was this whole group of dudes who was like, yo, I'm at home during the pandemic. I ain't got shit to do. And they started making music again, right? There's this guy named Bob Almighty. There's this guy, Piff Marty, his name is.
Okay.
And they're both like older dudes my age that you could tell they obviously made music
Piff Marty,
at
I like
their
that.
house.
It's like Dat Piff.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
the
yeah.
reference? Yeah.
Yeah. He has a song. I forgot what it's called. Flex. He has a song called Flex. That's super dope.
Yeah.
But there was these guys during the pandemic that you could tell they were just not doing shit, and they were at home and they were making music, and then they made Instagram reel music videos, and then they got 5 million views, and now they're rappers and they're touring and they're making money and they don't have real jobs anymore. You know?
You like to see the growth. You like to see them when they didn't start or they didn't have anything.
Yeah, I like people who you could tell are like just getting it out of the mud. You know what I mean? Like just fucking making music and putting it out regardless of what happens, and then accidentally popping off. You know what I mean?
that's way better. Like people who are catered to, man, or like development deals and stuff like that. I find that to be annoying.
Yeah, I do too.
Where they're just like all of a sudden just being interviewed on TRL.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like,
right.
Because that still exists, by the way, and it's still amazing. It's like,
it still exists.
Like,
right?
just like, you just on MTV, they're probably on the channel on TV, but like on YouTube, on their, like on the MTV channel, like I watch their like clips of like, there's like VJs and stuff like standing in these amazing places like in Times Square, like with the, the same views and stuff out the windows and stuff. And that still exists, and I just see these people that are they're obviously getting these development deals, versus I've never heard these people at all.
Yeah, a lot of the female rappers right now, I think they're placing them. You know what I mean? Like, Sexy Red was one of them. I think Doja Cat's probably one. Who's that one chick? Ice Spice. Like, where'd she come from? She went from nobody ever hearing her to being like super famous in like 1 month. Yeah,
it's pretty interesting. Like, because you can just tell that they get these development deals, like they, people make beats for them and stuff, and then they
probably have writers. They probably not even writing their own shit most of the time. You know what I mean? They're just like, go rap this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I like the people who are actually doing their own thing, like making their own stuff.
Yeah.
Like fucking whether it's fucking.
There's this dude named Nick D. There's this dude named Connor Price. Like literally, you could go on their YouTube channel like 2 years ago, and they're literally making all of their music in their bedroom.
Yeah.
And now they're touring nationally. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, like I could probably think of some names, but I'm just not really. I'm drawing some blanks right now.
Yeah.
Like I actually can't really think of any who like in the like other than Ye or something like that makes their own stuff like in the like also like, but I'm talking about like really mainstream.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of underground people who make their own stuff that I could name, but I'm talking about like in the mainstream who really does everything on their own, makes their own beats and stuff. Who is that? I don't know.
It's not really
like I'm trying to think about that.
Russ.
Okay.
You know the rapper Russ?
Russ. Okay.
Russ for sure makes all of his own beats. He does all of his own engineering.
I was thinking of
He's one of the few.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't really
I can't even think of any.
Yeah.
That are, none of that are current. I think Tyler, the Creator, might make his own beats.
Yeah, he does.
Maybe.
He does.
Yeah.
I'd consider him, probably really mainstream for sure. But yeah, we'll figure that out later.
It's not like back in the day, like Eminem made, like later Eminem made almost all of his own beats. You know what I mean, Manny Fresh used to make all of his own beats.
Oh, really?
People like
Shit.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, hell yeah. Obviously, Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Obviously.
But like right now, like I'm trying to
Like
think.
right now, yeah. Yeah, it's not super common.
It's usually always just like a producer, and then there's somebody like an image.
Even just like producers aren't, it doesn't seem as common. Like I used to live in Minneapolis, and like there were whole groups of rappers, but there were equally whole groups of producers. You know what I mean? They would do producer open mics where it would literally be just, if you make beats, come play your beats. That's what I should do, man. That's what I should do here. I don't know any fucking producers in Phoenix though. Like literally none.
Yeah.
Nah, that's not true, actually. Shout out DJ Nonsense. I actually just met this dude on Instagram. DJ Nonsense, he's in Tempe. Found him on Instagram, and his beats are the exact kind that I like. And I shot him a message. He sent me one over. I actually recorded my first rap song in like quite a few years a couple weeks ago. I've been dabbling again. I've been feeling called to it. Like, I feel like I've been blessed with this ability to make music. And I think I repressed it for a long time because I was kind of embarrassed about, to be honest, being a white rapper, especially being a 38-year-old dad white rapper. You know what I mean? But things are changing, man. Seeing those guys make those songs and like knowing I still have it in me, it's just like I feel like I owe it to myself to let it out. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say Anderson .Paak.
He's a good one. Yeah.
He's does everything on his own, I think.
I think so too. Yeah.
And he's kind of pretty mainstream. Yeah. But
I like him because he'll like put out something like every like 7 years or something though, right?
Yeah. I haven't seen anything from him in a while. Maybe he has released something I just don't know. But
are you producing any shows right now?
Yeah, I've got a couple shows or a couple venues I do places at. The Egyptian Motor Hotel.
I love that place.
Yeah. I'm still, kicking there. And I've got a show there April 19th. April 19th, it's like a 420 event.
Yeah.
That's
your show?
But what?
What's it called?
Oh, it's the Big Drip. It's
that's going to be a Big Drip show?
Yeah. It's it's the 7th one.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And it's April 19th, and I heard that April 19th is actually like the acid day. Like
really?
like 420 is the 20, like the weed day, but
yeah.
Like the 19th is like for people who discovered acid or something like that.
No way, I've never heard of that.
They celebrated on that. That's when someone told me that the other day. But yeah, we're gonna be doing a 420 kind of vibe thing over there at the Egyptian on April 19th, and then a new place I'm doing shows at is Endgame.
Where is that? I saw that.
It's in downtown Mesa.
Downtown.
I guess you'd say it's downtown Mesa. Yeah, it is.
Is downtown Mesa getting nicer lately?
Yeah, people are doing things down there.
Yeah.
There's like
is that music venue still down there?
Which one? There's the Nile.
The Nile, right?
The Nile's popping out
Isn't
there.
there a red one? Something called the Red Room or something like that?
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's called
smaller venue, right?
Club Red.
Club Red, yeah.
There's
is that still there?
I don't know. Or is that Mesa? No, that's not Mesa, is it?
It's not even Mesa.
I forgot where Club Red is at.
Okay.
But yeah, the Nile is doing a lot of big shit. That's the only really kind of like place like that's doing a lot of big shit out in Mesa, I guess.
Yeah.
But now Endgame, the video game bar in Mesa, we are doing stuff out there in Mesa. Comedy and music, just like everything else I do.
Yep.
April 26th is the Endgame show.
Okay.
And you're gonna do it, right?
Yeah, I'm down.
And on that one, I've got the Endgame show, April 26th. I've got Trey Penn, who's a rapper. I've got this other guy who's kind of reached out to me, and he's got some dope stuff, abstract poetry.
Sweet.
And then I'm going to get this other guy that's making a resurgence, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you got it.
And he's coming back, Deadbug. I think it's pronounced Deadbug or Deadbug. Bugh. How would you?
Bug. I'd say
yeah, I think
bug.
he says it, but
I think it's a unique way to say the same word.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I
Deadbug.
Like I like that. Deadbug.
And yeah, he does some cool stuff. And then we got comedians. So if you want to go check out some interesting music and comedy, come out to Endgame video game bar in Mesa, April 26th, and then Egyptian We got Ring Finger No Pinky. We've got a band called 1337 Incorporated, and another band. Another guy, Young River, and a bunch of comedians.
Okay.
April 19th.
I like that you're combining music and comedy.
Yeah.
I'm all about that right now. I love that idea.
Yeah.
You know, I always think about it, like way back in the day, like Frank Sinatra eras.
Yeah.
Those old school comedians always traveled.
Couldn't
or
do
the
it
old
without
school
it.
singers always traveled with a comedian, right?
Yeah, you
like,
had to have it.
I know this dude named Tom Dreesen. Have you ever heard of Tom?
Yeah,
He's a comedy store comic.
Okay.
He toured with Frank Sinatra for 13 years.
Really?
Right?
So he's an older guy.
He's an older
Yeah.
guy. He's in his 70, probably almost 80.
He's not
He's
30.
an older guy.
Yeah.
No, he's an older guy. He's
Yeah.
cool as hell. Actually, he has this very famous story about Frank Sinatra. He was with him, and Frank met this lady, and her husband was Frank's biggest fan, right?
Yeah.
And the husband was like sick, like on his deathbed or something, so he couldn't go see Frank. And he promised his wife, like, go and try to meet him, like do whatever you can to meet him. And the lady actually, like, he was leaving, and she met him getting into his car.
Yeah.
And my friend Tom was with Frank at the time. And Frank went out and he met the lady and talked to her, and she told him, "Oh, my husband's dying. He's the biggest fan. He's gonna be so happy I met you."
Yeah.
And Frank had like $5,000 cufflinks on, and
Yeah.
he took the cufflinks off and he gave them to the woman.
Yeah.
And he said, "I want you to give these to your husband and tell them they're from me." Right?
Oh, wow.
And he got back into the car, and Tom was like, "Frank, those are like $5,000 cufflinks. Like, what are you doing?" And Frank goes like, "I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for those people." He's like, "The reason I have the money to buy those is because of those people." She goes, "That lady is never going to forget that." He goes, "This isn't mine. I don't own any of it." He goes, "I'm going to die someday.
Yeah.
I'm renting everything. Someday my car, somebody else will own it. These cufflinks, somebody else will own it." He goes, "Those cufflinks I gave to that woman, but now she's going to give them to her husband. When they both die, they're going to pass them on to their kids and say, these were Frank Sinatra's cufflinks."
Yeah.
They're going to pass them on. He's like, "Those cufflinks will live on forever in that family." And all I had to do was give them to this poor woman. You know what I'm saying? And we posted that video on Barry Katz's account, and it got like millions of views. And it's a super famous story. But Tom traveled with Frank for 13 years. And it's just like, people don't do that anymore. I mean, you know, imagine some of these, big rappers. Like, imagine if, Kanye and Dave Chappelle did a tour together.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I think, like Dave Chappelle will do that, bring out musicians on his tours, but I don't think it's ever really the other way around. Yeah, like where like musicians would be like, "Oh, my opening act is a comedian."
Yeah.
I mean, there are probably some people that I could. I'm drawing blanks a lot today, but
Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but it's just like that used to be super common.
that's what you're saying. It's just
Yeah.
like it used to be a thing where it's like you almost had to do it.
Yeah.
Have a jazz player there.
Exactly, because like you ever go to a show and like there's 3 openers, and then what you're going to see, and you got to sit there for fucking 3 hours and watch these random openers, and then in between the openers it takes 45 minutes to break down and set up. Why is there not a comic doing a set in, so we're not sitting there with our fingers in our ass watching these guys break down drums? You know what I'm saying?
I guess it really depends on who the comedian's doing a set in between. If
it almost needs to be like an MC.
Because you have seen those disaster.
I hate standing in a venue being like, all right, 40 more minutes, and then another band, and then another 40 minutes, and then the guy I'm here to see is. I hate that.
But I've seen a lot of disasters. Like it's kind of like well known where there's like those shows or festivals where like bands will be playing, and then in between they're setting up, and the comedian will do the set, and everybody's like throwing shit at them.
Yeah, they're just like, let's get on with it. Yeah.
But
that could also not go well.
I guess it could work though, like if you have the right setting, right? It's like
and if you brand it, if they go into it knowing that's going to be part of it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like a talk show setting would work, right? Like it's like
that's actually an interesting
there's like
idea.
a talk show guy on stage, and then like comedians are coming out, and then that's what I'm trying to do in my living room now, actually.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Which is a new thing.
That's a new show. What are you working on with that?
Hadlock Loves Company.
I love
and it's
that.
like, I don't know. I'm just trying to like have fun in my apartment, just because I just wanted to start something else up.
Yeah.
But I guess we could like, I'm trying to maybe like figure out a way to make it like different, like maybe create some viral clips somehow by having the people in my apartment like do things. I don't know, like get them to eat certain like gross shit, or like or it's like because I'm gonna have musical guests. I have like the first episode we released, I had a musical guests on it, and we'll try to get good musical guests on there or something. But like, I don't know, it's just something that I can try to experiment with and see where it can go. just for fun.
It's the name of the game, though, man. That's what all this is about. Like,
Yeah.
I don't take any of this shit seriously. It's just fun. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like this whole podcast, like I don't make any money from it, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a networking vehicle. It's like it's a friend machine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can meet somebody and be like, oh, that person seems cool. Have them on the podcast. By the time you're done with the podcast, you're friends now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's what I like. I've met so many awesome people
Yeah.
in this city just because I have this fucking podcast. In fact, I think, and I hate to, I shouldn't even say this with you on the pod because I assume other comedians are going to see this. I feel like when I started comedy, I got to skip like 7 steps just because I had a podcast.
Oh yeah, no.
Because I feel like people are like, oh, you do the podcast, you're cool. Like, yeah, you could come do my show. And I'm like, I've done 3 open mics. You want me to come play your show? Like, okay.
Hey, no, it's whatever.
You were one of them. You
Oh,
you
yeah,
brought me
yeah.
on a couple of shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean, if someone's interested in doing my show and like I could see, you know, they're in like they're in the mix a little bit,
Yeah.
you know?
If you were to start over as a stand-up right now, what would you do differently? Or how would you go into it?
I probably, let's see. I don't know. I don't think I would have changed a thing. I think,
Write shit, go to open mics, find out if it's funny. If it's not, change it. If it is,
I
make it
probably,
better.
yeah, I probably would have, like when I was in LA, I wasn't doing it a lot or I wouldn't, when I first got out there, I wasn't doing it enough.
Yeah.
But then I started hitting it hard. Like after the first year I was in there, I was doing it a lot more.
Yeah.
But I feel like when I first went out there, I should have like hit it harder when I first moved out to LA. But like when I first moved out to LA, I thought that you didn't have to do open mics all the time and shit. But
Okay.
yeah,
absolutely
I learned.
do.
Yeah, yeah.
There's really no secret to comedy then, is there? It's like just fucking do a million open mics and figure
Just
it
like
out.
keep doing it. Like in terms of stand up, you have to like just do it all the time for years, and then eventually you're just gonna be really, really great at it. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna be this amazing person on stage that has
Yeah.
such like great way of going about it. I feel like, you know,
Yeah.
that's how it happens, you know?
Yeah. Our friend Angela Markham Haynes.
Yeah.
She told me once, she's like, anybody could be a famous comedian. She
Yeah.
goes, all you have to do is comedy every week for 14 years in a row.
Yeah. Yeah. Angela's great. She's
I love
been doing
Angela.
it for a long time.
She taught me how to do stand up. Like I wouldn't have done any of this if it wasn't for her, just because we were homies. And you know, she came over one time and was like, "This is how I write." Like she's like, "Give me an idea," and I gave her an idea, and she's like, "All right, well, based on that, here's how I think about it." Like, and then she helped me write my first 5 minutes, and which I did for months. You know what I mean? Before I added anything else, and she was really, really great for that. You know,
She helped me out in the beginning too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met you because of her. She brought me to your first, the first show that I went to at the Egyptian. She brought me there.
Yeah.
Her and Sam.
Yeah, and she's one of the people that like I wish would like hit me up like because to like do my shows because you know, I don't really run into a lot of people and you know.
People don't ask to do shows very often. I don't think it's that common, man. Like even mine, like I ask everybody. Like almost nobody ever comes to me and is like, "Hey, chick, your show's awesome. Can I do it?" But then like I feel like I have to ask them, and they all say yeah immediately. You know what I mean?
I
But
just book so many people, and like I don't. I kind of wait for people to like hit me up too, because that's something that I was doing when I was like starting off. Was just like I was reaching out a lot. You know.
Yeah.
I just feel like people like need to reach out, like, and they need to do it themselves a little bit more.
Yeah.
And they need to like.
Yeah, and I'm guilty of that too. Like I'm doing my own thing. It's easy for people just to come to me.
Yeah.
But like there's a bunch of shows I would love to do, and I don't even think that would be like, "Hey, can I come do your show?"
Yeah, because it's hard.
I don't even know why I don't even ask. I don't even think about it.
Because there's so many people in Phoenix that do comedy that I would book. So it's like I want to book everyone, and so I can't put everybody on one show. So it's like I'm waiting for them to reach out to me. So if you're looking to be on one of my shows, you know,
hit that DM.
Yeah, hit me up, dude.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, I would like to do some of your shows. So
yeah, no, oh yeah, no, like, and it's not just you have to hit me up. It's also if I just run into you and I haven't seen you in a while, I'm like, oh, hey, yeah, let me put you on a show, man.
Yeah.
That's how it's usually gonna happen.
Yeah, I was at Gracie's at Chris Banks' show last night. I think I asked 3 people to do my podcast.
Yeah,
fuck, good to see you, man. You want to do my fucking thing?
Yeah.
And again, it's not that I didn't want them on.
Oh, we'll talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah, dude. So what else are you working on? You're doing music right now too, right?
Yeah,
music?
I'm really excited about my music, and I'm really like getting, falling in love with it. Like back in love with making music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
and I'm working on a second album. My first one was just like instrumental music that I made, just put it out on Spotify. This one I'm putting a lot more work into it. There's vocals on 80% of the songs. Oh no.
It's okay. They can't tell on here.
Okay.
There's a light sensor.
Oh, okay.
I break the fourth wall whenever I can.
On here, it doesn't really show, or it doesn't really make. I guess it kind of get. Yeah, I guess.
Get up. I don't mind. No,
Yeah.
Like I said, there's no rules, man. I don't edit. I'm keeping that in too.
Yeah.
That way you guys can see my pants.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. We're just trying to show off our pants.
Yeah.
And
You have nice pants. I like your roll up there, bro.
Yeah. I'm trying. I feel like I'm in a a 50s movie or something like that. Just I'm acting all cool.
Yeah. So what kind of music do you do exactly? How would you define it?
Yeah, like
because is it a mix of all of the things you've done in the past a little bit?
Yeah, like the second one is like a little bit more more things happening. There's vocals on the song on more of the songs. First album I didn't have any vocals at all. This one I have I'm doing vocals on most of my songs, and I have guest features on my songs this time. I tried to get a female vocalist, and it didn't work out. I only got all dudes on this one, which is pretty cool. But I really wanted, next album I'm gonna try to get a female vocalist. I just don't have time to figure it out.
Yeah.
I had a vision for one of the songs, but just it's hard when you just transfer songs through the internet and stuff like that. It doesn't really work out sometimes. But this one, this one has a vocal driven vibe and some hip hop in there. It has Gorillaz vibe. It has a pop 80s vibe, dark wave vibe. Has all of those different sounds. Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to do. Every album I'm trying to do different styles.
Yeah, just having fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of artists that I like that they switch it up, But I have all my stuff on Spotify and all of the places that you can listen to it, and I'm trying to build that up. I'm trying to get more views and more monthly listeners on there. So,
how are you doing that? Just, Instagram, stuff like that?
Yeah, whenever I release something new, I'll promote it for a while, and then also on top of that, while I'm promoting it, I'm sending it directly to people that have shown interest. Excuse me, by the way. This is disgusting. But yeah, people that have shown interest in my music, I'll send it directly to their DMs, be like, yeah, I got a new thing.
Yeah.
And that kind of gets them to go look at it, hopefully at least. And I think visuals these days are what are making people want to go. And just if the song is good.
Yeah.
If they like it, they'll add it to their playlist on their Spotify, and then all of a sudden, bam, you got a new kind of listener,
Yeah.
It's hard though. I definitely think a lot of people are botting. I don't bot, my views on my Spotify or my Instagram or anything.
Pointless. So it's like when people used to buy Instagram followers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you still can, but it's people don't even give a shit about that stuff anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of irrelevant.
Yeah. So.
I was just talking to my girl about that. Remember when you can only put links on your stories if you had the swipe up?
Yeah.
You had to have 10K to get the swipe up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, there's been moments where I've been at 0, so I'm trying to just do it only through that,
Yeah.
But I'm trying to play some shows. I got a couple shows coming up, only ones that I book on my own. I'm trying to do other people's shows, so I'm trying to maybe do yours, or someone else's. I'm trying to be on perform my music on other people's shows. So please hit me up if you want me to perform live my music specifically and my stand-up. I'm down to do stand-up.
Yeah, down for whatever.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
I'm working on my stand-up too. I'm trying to get some clips, and maybe some a couple minutes worth of audio that I want to put on my Spotify of stand-up too.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So a lot of ideas, a lot of things I want to shoot for, and I'm doing these vocal covers now where I sing covers of songs and stuff, and I'm working on those. I'm trying to show people that I'm working on that too, my voice. You're gonna see the progress with that, and the flaws.
Yeah.
So
sweet, man.
That's what my channel's about.
Yeah.
building, you know, like just progression and even showing the flaws.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, sounds awesome, dude.
Yeah, man.
Well, shit, man.
And I want to thank you
there?
for letting me, you know, promote my stuff. And
Yeah, no, I'm glad we finally got to do this. I know we've tried to do this a bunch of times.
Yeah.
My life has been so weird for like the last
So
8
is
months.
mine.
I've been so inconsistent with podcasts.
it's all good, man.
I'm committed now. I got this
too.
new spot. It looks good. Like I'm so happy here. It would be stupid not to like take full advantage of
This is
like
a perfect
all
spot.
of this. Thank you, man.
I love like the backdrop and
Yeah,
the
it's
vibe.
random, but it's cool, man. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love it, man. You know, same with me though. I'm just working on the Valley Bar show, working on
Yeah.
the podcast, doing a little bit of music. I'm gonna prioritize comedy over music though, because with music it's harder to do shows. You
Yeah.
can fucking do stand-ups 5 days a week if you wanted to.
Oh,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
it's
It
so
makes
easy.
the most sense.
Put on,
And
like, bam.
like you know how it is. Like I have so many homies at like that's why I love doing stand-up. Like love going to comedy shows. Like I just like going and seeing all the people.
Yeah.
Obviously we know a lot of the same people and you know how that goes sometimes. But it's there's a community.
Sometimes it's good to be involved.
Yeah.
Not always.
No, not always. And not in everything. And,
Yeah.
You know, but like there's a community here in Phoenix with the people.
Yeah.
And I love the people in the Phoenix comedy scene. Like
Yeah.
I've made such genuine friends from comics in this city. So
Yeah.
comics, if you're watching this and you want to come do the podcast, literally every single comic in the city of Phoenix has an open invite to come do this show. Again, he said, y'all don't come ask us to do the show. So if you want to do the show, shoot me a DM.
Yeah,
I will
that's
say,
a big
yeah.
part of it. I think 50% is asking
Yeah.
to be a part.
I
of
have a
these
friend that I
shows.
worked with at a corporate job like 5 years ago, right? And he's got great stories. He's a partier. He doesn't do podcasts. He doesn't do content. Doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
He's maybe got 1,000 followers. And he was like, hey, can I come do a podcast and just talk about, you know, Phoenix nightlife and shit like that? And I was like, fuck yeah, you can. He's like, well, your last guest had 200,000 followers and I don't have any. And I'm like, I don't fucking care about that.
Yeah.
The show is called Jake James and Friends, not Jake James interviews famous people. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, I don't
yeah,
give
yeah.
a fuck about that.
Exactly.
A clip will go viral regardless of who's in it. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean?
You gotta stay true to yourself, man.
Yeah. Again, so if you're in Phoenix, comedians, musicians, influencers, funny, cool people.
Mm-hmm.
I
Anybody
was
interesting?
gonna say chicks, but I got a girlfriend right now, so you know we're gonna be careful on that. But female comedians, artists, musics.
Yeah.
That's different, but you know what I mean. Don't come on the podcast to try to holler at me. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, we're all no.
Cool, man. Well, listen, dude, I'm glad we got to do this. Excited to do your show. I'm going to use your April show as my reason to start doing open mics starting this week. I'm going to get back into it. You guys are hearing me commit to it. I'm going to be in open mics.
April 26th.
Get on my ass if you don't see me doing comedy out there.
It's on a balcony.
I'm
It's
going to
gonna be
do
cool.
that, and then I'd love to come do your new show, too, at your house.
Absolutely.
I'm totally down
Come
for
join
that.
the conversation.
In fact, if you want for that, I'll prepare a little 16 bars, and I'll spit something on the show.
Dude, that would
I'll
be
bring a
sick.
beat, and I'll bring a prepared rhyme. And I haven't done this in 10 years.
Yeah.
I'll do it on your show, man.
Fuck yeah, dude, because we love freestyling over there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on the first episode we did. Let's do
down.
it.
I'm
down,
down,
dude.
man.
Dude, thank you, man.
Yeah, I love you,
Appreciate
buddy.
it, man.
Thank you, man.
Absolutely.
All right,
Did
guys.
you hear that pop? Oh,
That's a good one, man. That might be the best handshake
That
two
popped, too.
white guys ever did.
it was a smooth ass handshake, and then I dropped my
We
phone.
fucked up with the phone. All right, guys, this is Jake James and Friends. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, the whole deal. All the links are down below. Y'all know how it is. I love you guys. We'll see you next time. Peace. All right, that was
Hell
it.
yeah. Dude, fuck yeah, that one's so